straight bullets. It's only those who have the confidence that can return back successfully. It's nothing to do with flagging. It's got nothing to do with flagging at all. Yes. It's got nothing to do with flagging. You know. Yinka, thank you very much for your support. Thank you, Yinka. I cannot compare your support with any other. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ekpeme. Thank you. Mrs. Ekpeme is a Yoruba. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you. We will not have that much time, so I want us to go straight into the point. You know, go straight to the bullets that brought us together. Go straight into what I am here for to discuss, because time is quite crucial when we talk of time like this in my office. Time is very important to me. The reason why I'm out here is basically to do with the issue of the EEA family member in the United Kingdom. It's to do with the EEA family member. Like I always tell you, it is an administrative law that we have under the immigration rules. Administrative law. So basically it means that the law changes from time to time. Why can't that person see that I'm online and call me back? You know, so the law change from time to time, and that is why it's an admin law. We have unwritten constitution in the United Kingdom. Parliament is supreme to any other law. Even if the European law wants to do things, Parliament will insert his power indirectly inside the regulation. And that is why the 2006 conferred that right of retained right of residence to the people that are married to Europeans, and then later on divorce them because the marriage is not going smoothly anymore. Now, the law is not saying that you have to get yourself stuck in a relationship that is not worth stalking into. But what the law is saying is that if you marry to a European person and you are no longer happy inside that marriage, the law is basically saying that before you can divorce that marriage, you have to ensure that you have lived together in the United Kingdom, you know, for at least 1 year, and you must have married for 3 years. That is what the law is saying. You know, that's exactly what the law is saying. Your marriage must have lasted for 3 years, and your living together must be at least a year living together in the United Kingdom. You may have lived elsewhere together, but it's basically said in the United Kingdom. You know, he actually said it that in the United Kingdom. A lot of people do not understand how the system works, and as a result of that, they end up getting nothing from the system. Now, the worst part of it now is that the Secretary of State has made it so impossible for anyone that divorced their EA spouse carelessly to continue to have that food on the table in the United Kingdom if care is not taken. Remember, I talked about the issue of somebody who has a European partner and divorced his partner, have a child with children with under immigration rules with British passport. The immigration officer went, you know, bizarre and decided to say, no, you have messed up a lady's life here. I'm taking you to court because you did not meet the requirement. It wasn't a genuine relationship. That was the yesterday one that I discussed. Now, good morning to you there. The one I am talking about today is just the one coming from the corridor of power regarding the retained right of residence. Now, the issue about the retained right of residence that was conferred to people that are not European citizens, that married to European citizens, living in the United Kingdom is that after 3 years of their marriage and a year of them living together in the United Kingdom, they can basically dissolve the relationship if it's not worth continue to live inside it. That's exactly what the law said in there. Now, To make matter worse now, the Secretary of State for the United Kingdom Border Agency, which is the Home Department in the UK, has now made life so unbearable to the non-European spouse. How? The system is now saying under Regulation 10.5, and it has just been recently inserted. It wasn't in there before, but it has been inserted now. They're now saying that if for any reason you divorce your partner, I saw it, I read it, I knew it is from them because there's evidence. The system is now saying that you must provide all these documents. They are long dated back. Don't forget that the law is saying that you need to show that your European partner, European sponsor, still in the United Kingdom at the date of your application after the divorce. So in your application, you have to have a divorce document, which is the decree absolute. And then you must have evidence of that person, your partner, your spouse, that you divorce, evidence that he or she is still working. And HM Revenue has evidence of his contribution to the kitty. Her kitty is our tax box. So if the government has evidence of that partner or spouse of yours working till date, it basically means that the person is not exercising treaty rights anymore in the UK. He has left and returned back to his country, and that will jeopardize your right to have your retained right of residence after the divorce. That is just the starting point. That is not even the worst scenario. The worst situation now is that the Secretary of State is saying categorically in court, her agents are saying, which means the immigration case workers that came to court to represent her interests on the side of the Home Department, they were basically saying to the judge and to the opponent, which is us, that if your client is good enough, if your client's spouse is good enough to give him or her pay slips to show that he or she is still living in the United Kingdom, the law is now saying that you need to provide an identity card of that EA person. The law is saying that you must provide an ID card of that person. Let me take off my jacket so that I will have time to to pieces things properly without being too hot, you know, because the weather is not allowing anybody to joke. Now, the situation here that I want you to gather together and understand is that in the last court hearing that I have the precedent on my mail now, and the statement written directly from the agent of the Secretary of State, is that the non-European person that is applying for a retained right of residence, that is applying for a retained right of residence, must show pay slips of his or her partner to the last minute. Now, the English spoken under that same language now is that if your partner, your ex, is good enough to give you his or her pay slips, he or she should be good enough to give you an identity card of his, either passport or ID card, to show that he or she is still active in the United Kingdom. Now, you tell me where you think it will be possible for two people that are not in good term, that are at loggerhead, where you think it will be possible that the person will produce thank you, where you think it will be possible that the person will release his or her passport to the person that they have divorced each other. You tell me where you think it's going to be possible, because pay slips can easily be downloaded on the email. If both of you are using the same email in the past, that can still carry on, and you can still be communicating and using email. But he or she is not going to leave his or her passport or identity card for you to show to Secretary of State that is still in the UK. So it basically means that the government is saying after divorce, you should leave the country if care is not taken, and it's not them say. I haven't had that case, such case at the moment that they will tell my client to leave this country after a successful divorce, and for me to have known that he or she should succeed in retain right of residence. But I'm categorically saying that if it comes to my desk, It means that it's not going to be easy in court on that very fateful day, and I can't wait to let it happen on my desk. Because it's basically going to tamper with the EEA regulations right of that citizen and the non-European person. Because that right conferred hasn't been taken off. But basically what is happening here is that the Secretary of State is she's using the power and compounds, the power given to her under Parliament, to basically say, listen, I want to exercise my power here. I want to use it. We are coming out of Europe. So I'm going to limit the numbers of non-European family members that will benefit under European people so that the extension could cut short. Basically, that's what they are saying now. So if you're out there, and please share this program, please, 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 please. You know, in the past, I don't used to say it, but I think this is where we are heading to now. We are heading into the language of share. Share, 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 share. Please share it. Don't forget that I keep my eyes on those who share my program now. So at the end of the year, when I'm giving them luxury, please don't complain. So let me carry on without interruption here. Because we are coming out of, yes, misuse of power. Thank you, Yinka. Exactly. Thank you, Fake Michelle. I noticed you. Don't worry. Because we are coming out of Europe, a lot of things taking place is happening now. The government indirectly is finding a way to cut people's back. Now, to all of you that are not Europeans and voted to leave United Kingdom, and some of you are Nigeria, some of you are diaspora, and you were so proud and arrogant to say that I voted out. That is the result I was telling you, that it will bounce back. Àwọn àgbà máa ń pa òwe kan, wọ́n ní tí ọmọdé bá gégi nínú igbó, àgbà ló mọ ibi tó máa wó sí. Ó ṣe bí òwe yẹn àgbà tẹ́ wà lórí line. I am not going to interpret it because there was no need for it. Because those who did it, that I understand, they were Yorubas that said it categorically and said, I'm going to vote out. We are going to vote to leave because we don't want anybody. What job have you got? What job have you got that you say your fellow black person is taken away from you, and as a result of that, out of jealous, arrogance, and hunger, you voted to leave Europe? A black person, not a white person, a black person voting out to leave Europe. Isn't it senseless? And this is the result of it. Because I have said to you that 2019, before it will arrive, government will ensure that it will bring in a different kind of domestic law to affect the rights of people that are in the United Kingdom, and especially non-European country will get whacked mostly inside this problem. Thank you. Non-European countries will get whacked inside this situation. And this is the reason why I said you cannot, out of anger or jealous or anything, set things out of blue, knowingly that the repercussion could be provocative. And that's exactly where we are now. Yesterday, before I left office, there were non-black people that came to take advice from me as a result of my YouTube talk. They came to take my opinion on this topic that I am telling you, because they believe that I must have something within my domain. They were upset with the government and they wanted me to sign petition straight away. And believe me, I did. I did sign that petition yesterday. Because I always tell people what will happen in advance, especially in this country that we are. This is our country. Whether black or white or pink or yellow, America will say, God save America. So God save United Kingdom, God bless UK. You see, those who ask us to vote out, they ask us to vote out of ignorance. I'm not going to use the word color because they regretted their action.